There you go.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. It is Thursday night, so we're here with our Thursday Night Live. First and foremost is sound and video. I see myself, so yay. Let's see. Foremost is yep, I have sound too, so that's good. So let's see, today's Thursday, and we got a lot of orders shipped this week, so that's great. But we're hoping to finish up late next week. If not late next week, then early the week after, which we're about the same place we were last year. So we did get some of the comments sold orders out, especially the ones that did not have like other orders with them. So we got most of those out. Not every single one. So there's still a few of those holding. Not holding for a reason, but just because there's a lot going on here. so anyways, so yeah, you should have gotten, if your order was shipped, you got a shipping notice. If you didn't get a shipping notice, just hold tight. You know, we're going to be hitting her really hard next week. We do have to get class kits out on Monday, but they've got most of those kitted already. So yeah, so let's go down to the table.
You're
Kathleen's visiting Wendy Little.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah, that is nice. So these are what we're going to do today, but let's go to Crafter's Classroom. And I don't have all of the cards, but I have some of them. So we're doing this autumn card, and one of the cards that I didn't put together yet is the opposite of this one. So it's the leaf out of here that we're going to brush blend, and so they're both in the same kit. We'll just be using the leaf and the cutout. But for this one, there was an optional add-on. The optional add-on is this stamp set and the matching die set. Now, we are using, in this one, we did use one of the word stamps. So if you don't have that word stamp, or you don't have this stamp and you didn't order the optional add-on, you can really use any like scripty one that you want. This one just happens to talk about autumn. And then we did die cut out like this little panel right here. And we're going to use that to brush blend the leaves, and then we'll stamp the lines in there, or you know, the outlines of the leaves. However, because not everybody has it, I did print just the leaf outline. So yeah, this one we're using reverse stuff also. And then there's another one besides the one where we're actually using the stamps. So if you don't have these leaf stamps, if you have other leaf stamps, that would be, you know, helpful. So, but yeah, these were optional add-ons. So that is...
Oh, Emily Henry. She loves those cards, but her kit floated away in
well, no,
Helene.
they didn't come yet, Emily. So these weren't shipped yet.
Okay.
So these haven't been mailed. They'll be mailed on Monday. But I know Emily had a big flood.
Yeah.
So she lost a bunch of kits. I don't know exactly which ones. But yeah, she's in Florida, and she had 3 feet of water in her house.
Oh, yike.
Oh, yeah. So, but these did not come yet. And Virginia, the question, do we have the leaf die on? Oh, this one. This one I don't have on the website yet. It's a die cut like this. So it's an overlay, and the leaf pops out of there. And then you get the leaf and the overlay. Now, there's a solid cream package, because you can do brush blending on the outside of there and, you know, do the reverse where you see the cream, you know, you could see the cream and you could brush blend the top. But anyways, these will be on our website soon. There's also a variety package of brown, safety orange, 2 different oranges, and jelly bean green. So there will be a variety pack and then a cream only pack, but those are not on the website yet. But they will be, because Becky's got them all counted out. They're just waiting for labels. So these are only part of the optional add-on for the kit. And yes, Emily, yours will be coming next week. So
She said, oh, good.
yeah. So yeah, those didn't float away. But, we'll hook you up with some stuff. So, anyways, and then, so that's Crafter's Classroom, which is next week. Not this weekend, next weekend. Oh, I have a problem. Crafter's
Yes.
Classroom. So, I just thought of that.
Me too. Oh.
So for Crafter's Classroom, it's supposed to be on the 12th. And I just thought of that. I'm going to have to pre-record mine because my daughter's getting married on the 12th.
Yay!
And I'm not going to worry about doing a Crafter's Classroom on the day she's getting married.
Yeah.
So possibly on Sunday, we could do it live on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the two options, we'll either record it and then play it, or we'll do it on Sunday after we're home. So I just thought of that just now at this exact moment. Duh.
What is the matter with us, Sarah?
Yeah, I don't know.
Too many. Our brain cells are just fried.
So, and then our Fun Time Thursday with the Thursday after that, which is the 17th, I think. So we're doing a magic card. So we're using this stamp set with these fun winter birds, and we're doing a magic card, and we're doing the printed paper pad that will be posted shortly. So that's a vertical banded Z-fold card, and then we're doing one other card. So it'll be 3 cards. The third card I'm still working on. I was just looking for a fun way to use this guy die cut. So
Yeah, this has been a big year for us, Sarah.
yeah.
Graduations and weddings and
Will
babies.
Yeah. Will we see some pictures? Kathleen's asking.
Yes, I
we'll
see
see
that.
pictures. So, anyways, that's what we have coming up.
Sarah, I don't know why. Barbara, I'm not sure why why Sarah's blurry on your computer. Anybody else having problems with blurriness
Because
tonight?
I don't see blurriness, but yeah, I don't see blurriness.
I don't either.
So it's got to be something with your computer, unless other people are seeing me blurry too.
Yeah.
So anyways, these were 2 in-person make and take cards. So we're gonna do this one first, which is kind of the brush blending. It's the same brush blending we'll do. This was actually a make and take card that you got free during the
Sale?
during the sale, during the flash sale on one of the days. If you ordered $25, you got this make and take card. So this one I didn't have extras of.
I don't know what to say about that blurriness. Nobody else seems to be having any problems.
Yeah. So it has to be a setting, and it's so hard with virtual because you can't always, diagnose the problem. So in this kit, which I don't have any kits left, but this one you'll probably end up seeing in like Comment Sold or somewhere along the line, because I think that we were just out of the die cut leaves, but I think the other pieces are in there. So anyways, let's just go on to this. So we have the card base, and if you ordered the make and take kit, you have this one. Then we have this layer that's going to fit on there. You have words, so you can pick whichever words you want. Now the thing that I did want to talk about was these leaves. In mine, like a lot of the leaf pieces are in there, but in some of them they're not. So what to do? Like say you want to pop this whole thing up, but you can't put foam tape behind, like say all of your little sniblets. Say all of your little sniblets came out, because as the die gets used more and more, sometimes you start losing snibblety stuff. And that just is the way it is. So now what are you going to do? I'm going to show you what you're going to do.
Oh, good. I had a feeling you were going to show us.
Yeah. First of all, if I have them in, which I do have them in a lot, I am going to leave them in, and then I can take a piece, I can take like Scotch tape or foam tape. But yeah, if you have pieces that are in and you want them to stay in, you can go on the back of them and just use regular Scotch tape and add Scotch tape behind there, because that's just going to hold them into place. Like, I didn't do that on this sample, and I lost some along the way. But if you just take a piece of Scotch tape to the back of it.
Barbara restarted and it's looking a little better, much better, she said.
Oh, good. Oh, good. But yeah, the Scotch tape will help hold in your little pieces that maybe you want to stay in your die cut. So yeah, if you have a die cut and you're like, oh, I want those pieces to stay in, just take Scotch tape to the back of it, or foam tape. But I'm going to put foam tape on these anyways, but I'm just taking a little bit of Scotch tape. Oops. Oh, Jean Vader, if you're on here, I found your scissors and I forgot to email you back. So I will email you, because she emailed me and said she forgot her scissors at our in-person event. And I didn't email her back right away because I'm like, I think I saw those, but I couldn't figure out where. And then today I set them aside and I remembered where I set them.
Isn't that interesting? You know, sometimes we put things away and where did I put that anyway?
Yeah. So now, our ones that we have, you know, where they fell out, this is what you can do. If you really, like, if I want to pop this whole thing up with foam tape, but I can't put a big hunk of foam tape behind here, so I am going to, there's a big hunks of this gold pearl linen, and I'm just going to take a pen and trace my leaf. And then I'm going to cut a hunk of paper and just stick it behind there. So then I'm going to cut a little bit inside. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just going to cut the leaf shape. And you don't have to do this. It's just if you want to see that, you know, if you want that to be more filled in, you're going to need to, you can take your scrap pieces and just kind of use your scrap pieces and attach it behind, so then it looks more filled in. It's a little putsy, but you're giving your card to somebody you really love and you'll go through that work for them. Maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody that you know loves your cards and doesn't throw them out. But yeah, so if you got one where they weren't attached in there and you're like, oh, I really like that look, this is just a way around that. So I cut the same shape as the leaf, and then I can just attach it right behind there. So I have, and see, those leaves do not look anything like leaves, but that's okay because they're just to sit behind. So I've got 2 of them, and I'm going to do a third one.
I hope everyone who was affected by Helene has made it safely through this.
And
terrible,
it was all the way everywhere up into that middle.
Oh,
that people were affected.
gosh, how
You
devastating.
know, usually when you hear of a hurricane, you always think it's on the coast, but they were affected in Tennessee, North Carolina, all over the place with just the rains and the flooding and everything. Holy schmoly.
Stephanie, I know you're in Venice, and I know that St. Pete's got hit pretty hard too.
Did they?
A lot of flooding. Yeah. She says they're soggy in Venice.
So I'm just putting a little bit of glue behind here so then I can attach it to my solid leaf shape. And like I said, you don't have to do this. If you want to just take these leave die cut, poke them all out, and use adhesive and attach it flat, you rock on. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just showing how you can get them to be solid if pieces are falling out. My first thing was taking Scotch tape to the back of it where they're staying in, just to hold them in place so they don't fall out. If they're falling out, this is your next thing that you could do. And I still might need to trim a little bit. That one I trimmed really good to begin with.
Jesse really likes that card you're working on right now.
Oh, I actually did them all pretty good to begin with. So, anyways, we've got our leaf thing, our leaf die cut. I'm going to just cut a word. So I haven't been on my bike since early August. And this weekend, Leah and I are driving to Minneapolis because her fiance, they're getting married next weekend, he's doing the Minneapolis Marathon. So Leah and I were like, well, how do we get around to see him, without running and without driving? So we're biking around Minneapolis this weekend. And so we had to figure out how to get our bikes there. So my mom has a bike carrier, and I rode my bike over to her house, and we got the bike carrier all figured out, hopefully.
Wrestled with that a little bit.
Yeah, wrestled with it.
Got really dirty.
Got really dirty, but then came clean for the demo. But yeah, so that should be a fun time. Biking around Minneapolis to cheer them on for the marathon. Alright, so I cut a word. Now let's do some brush blending. So the piece in there for brush blending is bigger. And why did I do that? Because sometimes when you're brush blending, I'm just going to set these right there, set this up there. This is the width we eventually want, but I think I gave you a bigger piece. You can brush blend the whole thing, and then you'll have, another strip to do something else with. Or sometimes when you're brush blending, if you hit this edge, you end up with a really dark spot. So this way you could trim off what you didn't want. Let's see, I need to find my brushes, which I did have here next to me a little bit ago. There we are. So I'm just going to brush blend, and like I said, I only need to cover a little bit, so I'm not even going to do the whole thing. But I'm just going to brush blend in some gold and some orange, and I think when I did it in person I only had gold and orange in there, but I think I'm going to do some cranberry too. I pulled out some cranberry. And then we have some orange.
Brian's on, Sarah.
Oh, hi Brian.
Yeah. She got it, Brian. She got it.
Yep, I got the bike rack.
Yeah.
He was giving us semi-instructions without seeing what we had. But yeah, we figured it out.
She figured it out. Oh.
My son was at WDW.
Walt Disney World.
Oh, Walt Disney World.
Yeah. West Coast got hit. The East Coast had some damage. My goodness.
I do prefer a bigger brush for some things, and this would be one of them. I always have trouble with oranges brush blending. Getting a nice, vibrant orange. Why, you ask? I don't know. But yes, I seem to have trouble with oranges. I'm just adding a little yellow to brighten it up a little, and then I'm going to go back and add some cranberry too. Here, we'll just do yellow on the whole thing.
Seems to me the West Coast was hit 2 years ago quite severely.
The West Coast?
The West Coast of Florida.
Oh, the West Coast of Florida.
Yeah. The Gulf Coast.
Okay. See how you want to do it off on a piece of scratch paper first, because otherwise you might get this big smoochy thing right there. I know, technical terms, smoochy.
Smooge. There's another one, a Sarahism.
So yeah, this has more red in it than I originally had. But so let's see. We need to trim this sucker. Our strip is 1 5/8, so we're going to trim this to 1 1/2. And I might just leave these dark edges on there, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I might. Oops.
There's another word I'm banning from my vocabulary. Oops. Oops.
Alright, so that's going to sit on there. Yay. Just going to attach that.
Florida's had 3 hurricanes in the last 13 months.
Who has?
Florida.
Oh.
Helene was the worst. Yeah, Helene is the. I think we're just going to keep getting worse and worse. Not nice. One year we were down there when we had our condo down there. We were hit three times
Oh man.
in one season.
Okay, so on here, you probably can't see it, but there's score lines on here. And I think in the directions there's actual, like, where you put the score lines. But because I don't have the directions with me, I'm just going to kind of guess. So, and you know what? Honestly, it does not matter. But I have to flip this over after I do it, because when I do my score lines, it's going to indent down. So I'm going to do it at 3/4 and then the one next to it. So yeah, it's just a way to add a little bit of
Oh, I like those colors, Sarah.
it's just a way to add a little something something to your card that doesn't, you know, cost much. And then I'm gonna go to the other side of this and do 2 lines. So yeah, anytime you need to add just a little something to a card, take your score pal and just add something. Now we're going to turn that over and we're going to mount that right on there.
Oh yeah, Emily, I remember when your roof blew off of your laundry room 2 years ago. Eon.
Alright, so I'm going to, yeah, having a flood and a roof in the last couple hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a bummer. Serious. Okay. Then I'm going to put this on there. And I put it in between my... Can you see the score lines on there? Or not really?
No, I can't see
No.
them.
Well,
but
I put score lines on either side of here.
I bet if I go over here, I see it. I see it on my bigger screen.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, if you haven't done that, just try doing the score lines with your score pal. Just
It just makes a nice little texture, doesn't it?
Just to make a nice little texture. We're going to attach that to the front of our card. Sweating. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. Why, you ask? I don't know. Holy. Okay. Now I'm going to put foam tape on my leaves and attach those. I got stuff everywhere.
Well, Emily, both of those hurricanes on your birthday? Not nice. Yike.
But remember, we put some of these we put a backing on, and some of them we put the Scotch tape on to hold our pieces in our leaves. Yeah, that's not a good birthday present.
No, not at all.
Alright. And then I'm also going to put some foam tape on my words, and you can use whatever words you want. And as always, you know, if you get a kit and you don't like any of those words, I'm sure you have stamps that you can use. Just maybe a couple. A couple from your stash. Oops.
I'm going to need a wedding card, Sarah.
For Leah?
Mm-hmm.
You're funny.
Yeah. They would never expect a handmade card from me.
And it can't be the same as mine.
I know.
Well, for my mom's birthday, didn't they all give you handmade cards from me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was when we were at Josh's. No.
Oh, when we were at Josh's graduation, we all did. We did.
Oh, we did cards for Josh's graduation. All
and they were all
handmade
they
ones.
were all the same card. A lot of them were the same card because
Yeah.
we did them in class that Thursday night
Right.
class. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
All right.
But it, Leah would expect a proper card from me, not one that's crossed off.
No, she would. I put my foam tape where I didn't want it. Hang on, that was bothering me. I have to take it off. And normally stuff doesn't bother me. I just kind of go with it. But this one was. And plus I had a little smooge too. There we go. There. Now I covered up my smooge. So we're going to set that one aside. Then we're going to go on to Halloween. You know, it's Halloween and autumn time.
I like that additional brush blended red too.
Yeah, yeah.
Virginia really likes that.
Yeah, the little bit of red on there.
Yep.
So that was a super old ink pad. It was Cranberry Adirondack.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, this make and take kit is missing a piece. But this was the sample and so anyways, my particular kit right here is missing the piece that goes inside right here, which that's okay. I have paper. I have paper and I can cut myself a piece.
Look we're sitting in this room with all this paper, Sarah.
Yeah.
We probably can't find exactly the right color we want, huh?
Let's see. What is this? Hang on. I'm gonna go get a piece. I'm gonna get a piece of paper. I might have to search.
Yeah, we have a whole couple of tables that are covered with different kinds of paper and piles and books and we could find whatever we wanted and stuff we really didn't even know we were looking for, probably.
Okay, I found one. Now I just have to cut it. Bear with me a minute. In your kits they have them. I think. I cut mine too small, but that's okay. And now I pulled a Sarah didn't measure. Alright, so your kits have it. You have an inside piece of paper, and then you have the outside. And now, because you weren't doing stamping, like in person, they did stamping, and they stamped spider webs up here and in here. So you're going to have to provide your own spider webs in order to do that. But then you did get Frank, and you have your words. So your words, you can, like we stamped in person, we stamped the Let's Get Spooky here, and I printed those out for you, so you can use whichever one you want. You can use different words, and then you also have the mummy, because you could put the mummy inside also. So like our tricks and treats, we could use that, or you could use the Let's Get Spooky, but they're both printed for you in white instead of, because you didn't have them to stamp. So you have the majority of things in this kit, except you have to provide your own spider webs if you want to use them, or whatever you want to use. But you could take your Frank, and you could take your mummy, and your mummy could kind of poke out the inside. So I'm just going to color my Frank, and he's a pretty quick color. He's pretty easy. This is an impression obsession. So, and I just saw yesterday, I don't know if there's a code needed, but I just saw that they did 40% off, and I don't know if it's just for a few days, except for new release stuff. And I don't know if this was a new release or not. New release stuff was 30% off. So yeah, if you like this, I think it was called Frank, or Frank and Mummy. My mom's gonna look for you. But yeah, head over to Impression Obsession. You know, show Mitra some love while she's clearing out. Ooh, that one's a dark one. Sometimes with Copics, if you don't color too hard, you can, you know, keep it lighter. I was going for a little bit lighter. And also sometimes when they go on dark, as soon as they dry a little, they turn a little bit lighter.
There he is.
Oh, you found him?
Yep, I found him.
He's
part of
like
that
super
whole
cute.
set, yeah. Oh, post that link.
And my mom's gonna post the link for you. And does he show as 30% off or 40?
Oh, I wasn't looking at that. Let's see what I found. She's not showing anything on this one, but
She's what?
oh, 40% off.
40% off, okay.
Yes.
Oh, look at, I have two C5s here, and one is darker than the other. Why, you ask? I have no idea. Maybe one got re-inked with the wrong color ink. That happens. But yeah, he's a pretty quick color. Super cute though. And let's see. I'm just gonna grab a very light purple. Now I didn't use the now mummies are normally dirty gray, but I think he'll be fun to add a little bit of purple to him, so that's what I'm doing. Especially since I have purple on the outside of the card. And I'm not doing a super great job coloring him on purpose, because just so he looks more tattery. Okay, so both of these guys you can trim out. Now you don't have to, like in my original one I did not use the mummy, but I gave you both the mummy and I gave you Frank. Oops, Frank needs hair. And he would probably be fun even if you added a little crystal lacquer.
Oh, that would be really fun.
Yeah, to his eyes and to his little bolts and stuff like that. So yeah, next week, Monday, Jennifer's going to say, what time does everybody want for their craft along on the 12th? And I'm going to be like, oh, crap, I forgot. I can't do mine on the 12th. So I'll figure that out. I don't know that I'm going to, I just don't know that I'm up for coming back on Sunday, driving the 5 hours, and then coming back and doing a craft along.
Yeah,
So,
you'll be tired.
Yeah, I might do a recorded thing. And you know what? You know what? Do you have stuff going on Thursday night, Mom?
No.
Because maybe we should just do our half an hour craft along, and then we could record the crafter's classroom. And some of you might have your kits and some of you might not. So if you wanted to, you could watch it live, but then we'll repost it on Saturday at whatever scheduled time I'm at. So that would be an option, that we could do it semi-live. And like I said, you may or may not have your kit. We would just run, we'll just run long on Thursday so we can record it, because I have to do it anyways. So it's kind of funner to do it, with people watching instead of just talking to myself and my mom and whatever dogs are here. And so yeah, next week Thursday, if you want to stay on, let's just plan on that. We'll just plan on that next week Thursday.
Marion Phillips says she does a lot of hers on Sunday. Recording sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna record it.
And Wendy Little said, yeah, do a recorded.
Yeah, and I'll play it, but I'm gonna record it on Thursday. That's when I'm gonna record it. And if you want to join me while I'm recording it, join me. If you just want to watch for the half an hour or longer, whatever I'm going to do, which I don't know what I'm going to do. Who knows what I'm going to do next week? Like, I usually don't know that until right before. Now, I do get lucky, and right after the warehouse sale, I have these cards that I do. So that kind of gives me a little,
a little breathing downtime,
a little breathing time. But I'm going to figure out something for next week, Thursday. And yes, I'll stay on. That's when I'll record Crafter's Classroom. So it won't be the live or the actual Crafter's Classroom, but it'll be recording it. And if you want to pop in or stay on,
Feel free.
feel free. Yep. But yeah, I always hated doing recorded ones when I'm just kind of just talking to myself. Well, and my mom. It's nicer having
Yes.
an audience.
Oh, Marion, yeah. She said she could use some cheer next week. Her brother would have been 80. They lost him last year in December. I'm sorry
Oh.
about that, Marion.
Yeah, so sad.
Gosh, yeah.
I didn't realize what a bugger this little guy was to cut out. And I guess I didn't have to cut him out as close.
Fussy cutting is exactly that.
Fussy.
Fussy.
So, like him you can put on there, or I was thinking, I'm going to put Frank on there. I'm going to leave this off because I'm going to find my, I'm not going to attach him right away, but because I'm going to find my spider webs, I just don't happen to know where they are at the moment, but you could always stick this guy, sticking out from behind there, and then do your spider web in this corner. So I think that would be kind of fun. Also, if you have any green paper, that would be fun to back your trick or treat or your let's get spooky. So yeah, I'm gonna wait to finish putting mine together until I can find my spider webs. But yeah, you could put the mummy peeking out of the other side. I think that's kind of fun. And yeah, if you have any green paper, go ahead and back your tricks or treats, and put Frank on there. And then if you can find a spider web, go ahead and do a spider web here. And I'm going to do my spider web with the mummy poking out the other side. I wonder how he would look. Now I'm going to poke him out this way. But I'm going to put my spider web right there. So anyways, kind of you get the idea of what you're going to do with that kit. Because it was the make and take kit, you're just going to kind of do, use some of your stuff that you have at home. But this is definitely one that you want to find some, some spider webs or some other Halloween stuff to, do to fill in. I mean, he could just stand in the middle, but I'm going to poke him out of the window. So, anyways, thanks for joining me tonight, guys, and we will see you next week. So, bye.